This week we're going to talk about something that I think everyone can get better at, and that's introductions. Introductions are really important because it sets up the rest of the talk. A lot of people mess it up though. Many times people are too serious in the beginning and lose the audience. They also don't do some basic things like making sure everyone can hear them and having people understand their jargon. I'm going to give 2 introductions today. One is going to be a typical one that I see and dislike, and the other is hopefully going to be more organic and engaging. There are 2 things I do before every talk though. I always make sure that people can hear me and I don't use jargon. To make sure that people can hear me, I ask someone in the back of the room if they can hear me, and I also ask someone to tell me if I'm talking too fast or too slow. This helps out a lot, and it gives the audience some control over what I'm doing. When you give a talk, even to a small audience, someone usually doesn't understand your day-to-day jargon and abbreviations. So treat every intro as if you're going to give it to your grandma or a friend who doesn't really know what you're doing. So spell things out. Now I'll start the first talk. Hi, my name is John Smith, and I work for the Marietta Tourism Board. And our motto is putting Marietta on everyone's map. Our organization is structured as follows. Tom Harding is the mayor, Mike Redson's the city manager, and I work for Mike. Today I'm going to talk about the DV Development Project, and this is between 4th Street and Brannock. We're planning on building a 1,000 square foot complex and bringing in shops and stores. We estimate that this development project is going to bring in $3 million in new taxes and 500,000 new visitors a year. So what are things that I don't like about that version? First of all, I rarely, if ever, care about a person's credentials, position in the organization, or their corporate slogans. This does not make you a better presenter, and it does not make your presentation better. Make it as short as possible and move on to your talk. Secondly, when you introduce the topic, always show it. I go to so many talks in a year where a person talks about an area they work in or a product or condition they work with, and they never really show what it looks like. This is mind-boggling to me sometimes. If you have the ability to show this, then show it. Rather than putting text up and having people read about it and you reading verbatim from it, just show what you want to show and move on. Having a picture up allows the audience to instantly see what you're talking about and gives them perspective, allows them to put an image in their mind. Another thing I learned over the years is to get some audience interaction and audience feedback. So I always start my talk off with 1 or 2 questions to the audience, and I have them answer back what they know. So I have them answer back an opinion or their current knowledge. So this does 2 things. The first thing it does, it takes a little bit of pressure off of me. I don't have to carry the whole introduction, and I can rely on the crowd to hopefully fill in some things. The second part is it allows the crowd to feel like they're involved in the conversation. A lot of talks I go to are just people talking to our crowd, and they never allow the crowd to talk back. And this makes it extremely boring and extremely easy to lose interest in. So always try to do this. Now I'm going to give the talk how I would normally give it if I was being paid to give it. Hi, my name is John Smith, and I'm with the Marietta Tourism Board. So I'm going to put up this picture today and ask people what they think about it. So does anyone know where this is? Yeah, it's between 4th Street and Brannock. Thanks. Secondly, what do people feel about in this room? Yeah, well, there's not much to feel about it, right? It's kind of a landfill. There's nothing going on there. But we know it'd be a good place to do stuff since it's so close to their freeway and close to these new schools that are going up. So what if we could turn that landfill into this? And this is what we want to do with our Diamond Valley Development Project. We want to bring shops and stores into this area. We estimate that we can raise $3 million in new taxes and 500 new visitors a year by building this development project. So I hope you recognize some of the things I did there. First of all, I tried to make it more engaging. I cut out a lot of the jargon that we used before. And then I try to get audience interaction. So if you have any questions about what I did or what you liked and what you didn't like, please leave it in the comments. Also, like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. Thank you. Bye.